Good morning. I hope you're well. My name is Jerome, and this is Spirituality 2, the I Ching series. Today we're going to be approaching chapter 15, Modesty. An interesting one, to be sure. And it holds lessons for me personally today as well, interestingly. As an image, it is above the earth, below the mountain. The receptive above, keeping still below, within. The hexagram is made up of the trigrams Ken, keeping still, and that is the mountain, and Kun, the earth, the youngest son of the creative. It represents heaven on earth. It dispenses the blessings of heaven, the clouds of the earth, and gives rain for everything that grows around it. Therefore, the mountain shines forth radiantly with heavenly beauty. This shows what modesty is and how it functions in great and strong people. The earth stands above. Lowliness is a quality of the earth. This is the very reason why it appears in this hexagram as exalted. By being placed above the mountain, this shows how modesty functions in lowly, simple people. They are lifted up by it. The judgment, success. Modesty creates success. The superior man carries things through. It is the law of heaven to make fullness empty and to make full what is modest. When the sun is at its zenith, it must, according to the laws of heaven, turn towards the setting. When it is at its nadir, it must, according to the same laws, in obedience to them, become towards the new dawn. In obedience to the same law, the moon waxes and wanes. This heavenly law works itself also out in the fates of men. It is the law of the earth to contribute to the modest. The high mountains are worn down by the waters, and the valleys are filled up. It is the law of fate to undermine what is full and to prosper the modest. And men also hate fullness and love the modest. The destinies of men are subject to immutable laws that must fulfill themselves. But man has it in his power to shape his fate accordingly as his behavior exposes him to the influence of benevolent and or of destructive forces. When a man holds a high position and is nevertheless modest, he shines with the light of wisdom. If he is in a lowly position and is modest, he cannot be passed by. Thus, the superior man can carry out his work to the end without boasting of what he has achieved. The image. Within the earth, a mountain, the image of modesty. Thus, the superior man reduces that which is too much and augments that which is too little. He weighs things and makes them equal. The wealth of the earth in which the mountain is hidden is not visible to the eye, because the depths are offset by the height of the mountain. Thus high and low complement each other, and as a result we end up with a plain. Here an effect that took a long time to achieve, but in the end seems easy of accomplishment and self-evident. Like coal. Like trying to imagine the central plains of the United States with 100-foot tall trees and bogs and swamps everywhere you looked and all that. It's hard to believe that used to be there, and now it's prairie. The prairie seems natural and like that's what it is. It is, right? That's what it is. It's a prairie. No, it's an ex-bog. For millions of years, it was a swamp. Now it's not. Now it's a prairie. When a man holds a high position and is modest, he shines with the light of wisdom. If he's in a lowly position and is modest, he cannot be passed by. The wealth of the mountain in which the earth is hidden is not visible to the eye because the depths are offset by the height of the mountain. Thus high and low complement each other, and the result is the plain. Here, an effect that took a long time to achieve, but in the end seems easy of accomplishment and self-evident. This is used as the image of modesty. The superior man does the same thing when he establishes order in the world. He equalizes the extremes that are the sources of social discontent and thereby creates just and equitable conditions. Footnote. This hexagram offers a number of parallels to the teachings of the Old and New Testament, as in, whoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and whoever shall humble himself shall be exalted. Matthew. And every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the hard rough places plain. God resisteth the proud, but give grace to the humble. The concept of the last judgment of the Pharisee religion shows similar features. The great motion of the jealousy of the gods might be mentioned in connection with the third of these biblical passages cited. Interesting. Modesty. Comes with, I think, with an understanding of what you're capable of given your place at the time. I don't know how else to put it. There are times when you just can't do anything. What you may want to do may be the correct thing, but you just can't, because of the time, do them. And so you end up in a lowly place. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with being not exalted at a lowly place. The more you humble yourself, the less you can be passed by. It's almost a guarantee to success in some ways. It seems. Modesty. The allowing of things to go by without reacting to them. Being modest, just saying, well, I could say something, but you know what, I'm just not gonna. I don't want to stir the pot, for instance. Modesty in behavior. For me personally, I could have said, well, no, that video's walking it too close to the edge. Even though it is truthful, I can't make it. If I do, there will be negative consequences. And in my immodesty, I said, I don't care about the negative consequences. And then all of a sudden, the negative consequences occur. And now, all of a sudden, I care. Is that a life lesson, perhaps, in modesty and adaptability and understanding that there's a bigger picture, bigger picture, and I'm just such a speck in it that I don't even really matter, honestly. There's something to be said for that. whoever shall be exalted shall be, or whoever will be laid low will be exalted, and whoever is exalted shall be laid low, The crooked place is made straight, and the straight place is made crooked, and hills turn into valleys, and valleys pushed up into hills, and all of that. And the earth is the very image of modesty. The earth exalts itself by placing itself beneath the mountain. The earth, where all the riches are, exalts itself by placing itself beneath the mountain, and therefore it shines forth radiantly. Modesty. It's a really beautiful concept when you think about it. My name is Jerome, and I am Spirituality too. Thank you.